Get off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, number one talk in the IE. Thank you very much. And streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Music, T-Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Streaker, Spreaker, and more. Why so many places? I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, no K words here, no T words, no anything that's in the headlines, because you can get that anywhere. And most likely, it's negative. And I don't want to do that. I want to balance out all the negative out there with some positive, some great topics, great guests. And today is no exception. It is Tuesday, which means I bring on Tuesday talent, people that I have met in my life that have that are doing some great things. And actually, she knows more about me because she interviewed me last week than I do about her. So, turnabout is fair play. And today I get to discover more about her. Her name is Eugeniia Gul, and she's a Ukrainian-American journalist, model, and presenter based in Los Angeles, who has collaborated with brands like Gucci and been featured in Vogue USA. With 26 plus years of modeling experience, she's hosts prestigious events, including the Beverly Hills Film Festival, while serving as an ambassador for At Monday at the Mission. Beyond her extensive media work, she's an author of 2 books and holds a PhD in strategic leadership. Please welcome to my studio, Eugeniia Gul.
Sure. Oh my gosh, all I'm thinking about is how it is to be so amazing, Dr. Marissa, huh? I love your voice. Like, you are so, mesmerizing.
Thank you. And what we do on my show is start with breakfast. So today I'm having breakfast with my guest, Eugeniia, and she doesn't know about this because I don't like anybody to think about it too much. But it's something that I like to start the show with so that you get in the habit, it's a good life habit, of taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. So that's what we're having for breakfast. I gave you a hint, I think, when you interviewed me. So what we're going to do is top of the bun is things that we're grateful for outside of ourselves. And bottom of the bun is things that we're grateful for inside of ourselves, otherwise known as appreciation. So first thing, every morning, you can join me to do this. It's a hashtag Blissipline that I like to do and model for us all. So first, what am I grateful for this morning? I'm grateful that I have a gym and a pool that I just, sort of roll out of bed and don't think about it too much after meditation and take the elevator down and do cardio for my body. My cardio for my soul is through meditation. And then I'm grateful that I get to do cardio for my body downstairs. So that's what I'm grateful for. What are you grateful for?
First and foremost, I'm grateful that my soul made a decision to come back to this body, so I'm alive, and that I woke up honestly and sincerely. Then what I say to myself every single day, that life itself is the most precious gift. So I'm extremely grateful for that. I'm grateful that I'm healthy. I'm grateful that it's sunny and beautiful outside. I'm grateful that the sky is peaceful. No rockets, no bombs. Like, we are living in a country that has no war. It's beautiful. Love it. Grateful. I'm grateful for the ability to see you, to hear you, and to verbalize what I truly feel inside. And I love your
Fantastic.
breakfast. I love your breakfast. I'm grateful to that breakfast. And I'll be honest with you, that's what I do every single day. The moment I wake up, the moment I go to bed, like every single day. Gratitude. Not because like I have to force it, it's just because I feel it, that I'm so grateful.
Wonderful. I uh, let's model the bottom of the bun, which
Mhm.
is gratitude turned inwards. And the reason why I do this, it's like weightlifting for self love, self care, self approval, which you're very familiar with.
Mhm.
The work that to balance out the negative messages. I was brought up where I was told, you're not all that. Don't toot your own horn. Who do you
Mhm.
think you are? I think from the
Mhm.
little we've spoken, you had similar critical from your father. And that message is not uncommon. 7 out of 10 of us have that message given to us when we
Yeah.
were young. And if we don't balance that message out, what we end up doing is looking for love in all the wrong places. So we have our antenna up on social media. We're looking for likes, literally likes. Who likes me? How many people like me? Which is really a very dangerous way to live your life because people are fickle and one day they like you and one day they don't. And so self
And yes.
love, self approval is a muscle. So, what we're going to model for you right now is something I'd like you to do tonight before you go to bed. Instead of, oh, I didn't finish this, and oh, I don't know about that, and oh, who insulted me. Instead, I want you to use this exercise to isolate things that you do like about yourself and that you like about others, or you're going to pat yourself on the back for things that you got done. That way you're less likely to be rocked when
Mhm.
someone says something that is not nice, right? So I'm going to start. I like that I have been able to continue to do this show for 681 consecutive weeks. That's a little over 13 years. We're celebrating my 13 years all month. May 1st, 2012 was my first show, and that 1,394 podcast shows later, she's still going. So I appreciate my ability to, no matter what, the show must go on, and
Yes.
that I'm so blessed to have had so many incredible people. Layla Ali came back to celebrate my 13 years last week. Little House on the Prairie, Nellie, who was here the first year and the 13th year. Um, just like some Chris Workby Cancer came back. He was here 6 years ago. So I have people who were guests and now are friends and who are celebrating with me to continue to bring you this show about hope and happiness. I know that's a long one, but it also serves to acknowledge and to give myself some kudos for this major milestone that I'm so grateful for.
Love that for you. Love that. You know what
Thank
I like? I was listening to you, and deep in my heart, I felt pride in you. I felt the inspiration, and I felt that I am genuinely able to be happy for another woman
Mm.
without jealousy. That's what I've noticed just right now in my body. You were saying it, and I was like, wow, I'm proud of you. And
Oh.
wow, I am not jealous because we are not doing the same things, but the mission is the same, to inspire and to educate, to elevate, to motivate.
Mhm.
And I felt inside that I'm so proud. And that's what I like about myself, that I'm not here to compete with you or with another human being, man or woman, doesn't matter. I can genuinely be happy about another human being because your success is my success and my
Mm.
success is your success. And I'm saying it genuinely, it's coming from a good place.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
beautiful.
But
Yeah,
I've learned this. I've learned this. I'll be honest with you. I've learned
yes. Yeah, we'll talk about that after breakfast. I think that's a good topic to, why is it that women in particular are not,
Yes.
that we have to work at it? Why aren't we naturally supporting and, celebrating with other women? There's something in the genetics, I think, because it
Mhm.
truly is one of those things. But the
Yes.
benefits of overcoming that. We'll definitely talk about that after
Mhm.
breakfast. Let's see. Let's just finish breakfast and we'll get into getting to know you and having my fabulous audience. I call them my cashew gallery instead of my peanut gallery. I see eyeballs rolling in now. We just got a finger. Someone just gave us the finger. This one,
Oh,
not the other one. And so glad you've joined us. Thanks for joining us for breakfast. You're welcome to join me every weekday morning for breakfast or just do it on your own. Please learn to love your life. And I promise that if you do breakfast every single morning and then the appreciation at night before you go to bed, just that, which costs zero money, will sandwich your day in the most positive way. Thanks for joining us for breakfast. And now for the topic of the day. It says everything is awesome. Our topic is my guest. And we had a great discussion when she interviewed me. Was it last week? Yeah, I think it was
last
last
week.
week.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. And a lot of different things we tackled, a lot of it around hope and happiness. So I have a sister here a younger sister who is in the same mission, my happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years. So I'm going to ask you a question that I ask a lot of my guests. I don't have an answering machine. First of all, do you even know what an answering machine was?
No.
Oh, shoot. I know. I'm going to need to change this analogy because it works on the older generation, even though I'm hashtag ageless. But we used to have voicemail. We didn't call it voicemail. We used to call it answering machines. So if you didn't get us in person, you would be, put into an answering machine. You call it voicemail, right? But it used to
Okay.
be called answering machine. All right. I'm
Yes.
teaching a millennial here. So answering machine, I don't have an answering machine. I have a questioning machine. So when you
Mm.
call me, it says, who are you and what do you want?
Mm.
So, Eugenia, who are you and what do you want?
Wow, I love that question. It's very deep. I love deep and intellectual questions. I am a woman who is on a big mission. Maybe it sounds really cheesy, but you and I had the interview the last week, and I don't know if you remember, but I've told you like pain is the biggest gift in life, in my opinion, and I chose to be happy despite the pain. I chose not to suffer. Remember, we were talking about the difference between pain and suffering. So, yeah, I have had a lot in my life, but I see it from the perspective of the winner mentality on how can I use my experience, my life experience, and what I did with that experience, how I grew into a better person, a better woman, a better wife, a better friend, a better sister, etc., etc. So yeah, the road was extremely bumpy, but now, maybe for the last 6 years, I feel fulfilled, happy or happier, and ready, ready, ready,
Awesome.
ready. Yes.
So for the sake of people who are stuck on the bump,
Mm-hmm.
it does help to I don't want you to spill or anything, but I think it would be of value
Mm-hmm.
for people to understand that, what what they see you, on the red carpet, or your glamour shots and the modeling and all of that, that the bumps were pretty significant. You weren't born here, you were born in the Ukraine. There's a
Yes.
lot of empathy right now for the last few years with Ukraine.
Thank
So
you.
give me a little background. I'd like to get to know you. This is why I don't do pre-interviews. I don't want to leave anything outside of the show. So I would love, what's important for me to know about you to be able to connect with you in love? So that's a question that, when people ask me, I don't like who I am, I want to be someone different. And then I say, well, what is it that you are presenting,
Mhm.
right, to connect with people? So I'm going to use that question. What should I know about you that would help me connect with you in the strongest possible way?
I feel like that I am strong enough because I choose therapy instead of choosing drugs or alcohol to ease my pain, or the false belief of being unworthy or unlovable. And I chose one day when I was 19 years old to be happy,
Mhm.
to be
Now
happy.
you grew up.
That's
Sorry,
with
go
the,
ahead.
yeah, that I grew up with the belief of being unlovable, unworthy, etc., etc.,
Mhm.
are the ugly adjectives that we don't like.
Right. Right.
But
Yeah.
it's at the end of the day, it's a choice because they made you to believe that's
Mhm.
who you are, but I'm not what happened to me. I'm who I choose to become. And
Yes.
it was really, Dr. Marissa, extremely difficult to change this belief. I will be honest. I will not sugarcoat it that, oh, shift your energy from negative to positive, from unlovable to lovable. BS.
Yeah.
Doesn't work this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So some of the messages I shared with you when you interviewed me, I was called fat, ugly, clumsy. Those were the three things that I grew up. Um, I understand that it was negative motivation, which is very common in the Chinese culture. You don't want your daughter to be fat or ugly, so you tell her that you're fat and ugly, and it's
Mhm.
a negative motivation. You said that your father um, would also. What were the words that he used?
Actually, my mother.
Oh,
My
your
father
mother.
abandoned
Okay.
me when I was a newborn, so that was the first feeling of be of feeling
Ah,
unwanted. Even when
okay.
you are a newborn, you think like of course we don't remember that, but our bodies, physical bodies, remember everything. And
Mhm.
I feel that it was my first like, I'm unwanted. The first belief that I formed, even being a newborn. Yeah, so
Okay.
it was my mom.
Uh-huh.
It was my mom who was always like, I don't want to even say that's what she said. It was really ugly.
I think it's, the reason why I'm pushing on this one is, you know when people think that what they're going through is unique to them sometimes, right? You don't want to share it because we're told, don't air your dirty laundry, right? Don't
Yes.
show that you're weak, or don't show any whatever. And I think it's important, if we're all healing, right? If the majority of us have had trauma in our past, the one of the ways to heal, obviously, is to acknowledge first, be aware and acknowledge. And the more that you, especially if you are, looked to as an influencer, we have a responsibility to be real. Like we have this image, right? Everybody talks about the image in social media, and what is portrayed is not real. Okay, yeah, you don't want to put your ugly self up there. You want to put your best looking, whatever. I'm not trying to make people jealous. I'm putting out there what I live, and share it in a way that has a little bit of message with it that is positive always. But I think it's important, especially for someone who is beautiful on the outside, to share exactly what the words were, so that people can go, oh, wow, I'm not alone, right? Those negative words and look at her. She's obviously not. People say, "Oh, you're not fat and ugly." Yes, that's true. But in my mind, right, that message
Yes.
was so strong. So give me a couple of words that were used on you.
Not talented, miserable, something like that. Like you're
Okay.
not ready, something like that. So,
Okay.
and my mom, you know what she liked? She loved to compare myself with other girls. Oh, look
Mm.
at that girl. She is so beautiful. Her English is better than yours.
Okay.
Her grades are so much better too. So I
Mhm.
grew up being super competitive and perfect, like not perfect,
Right.
better than perfect. Like, and what I hated that it's a never ending story because you're never fulfilled. Because what I was trying to do subconsciously is to please my mom and to show her, like, hey mom, look, now I'm better than that girl and that girl and that
Mhm.
girl you compared me to as well. But you know what? It's a negative energy, I'll be honest with you, because it consumes all of you when you are doing something from a good place, like from a loving place. You are feeding the, like, the good energy. You're giving like good vibes, good energy. You know what
It's
I mean? Like you are feeding a
yes.
good cat. But when you are
Yes.
doing it from the like
Negative
someone
motivation.
negative, yes, negative
Yes.
motivation, just to prove to somebody something, you are feeding like the bad cat. You are giving the
Mhm.
food to bad cat. So yes, I
Yes.
know the metaphor is kind of
No, it's a
funny,
great
but
thing. And
yes,
yeah,
I'm sure that you understand what I'm talking about. So yeah,
absolutely.
it was consuming me, Dr. Marissa. It was
Yes.
so bad. And then I was like, you know what? Actually, I
Mhm.
don't have to prove to anyone anything. I
Yeah.
am worthy
Uh-huh.
because I was given this gift of life and I just have to live this life and to
Mhm.
experience all of it, the
Yeah.
beauty and the ugly, and then to make a choice at the end of the day. What do I choose? I choose to be
Yes.
happy or I choose to prove something to somebody. And remember when we had the interview, you said, my mom lives in Canada, my mom lives in Ukraine.
Uh-huh. And we both have to work on not going to the tractor for milk. And that's an expression. I
Mm.
don't know if I did it in the interview, but
No.
I use it often because we think we're going to get approval from something we're not or someone we're not. So going to the tractor for milk is you're never going to get milk from a tractor. Milk comes from the cow. But because we were set up to think that love was equal to approval, that's what we learned when we were early, then we sought approval as evidence that we are lovable, right?
Yeah.
That was the A plus B equals C, right?
Yeah.
That we subconsciously or consciously were learning. So I want to highlight something that you said beautifully, which is there's two ways to um, prove something to yourself. One is called negative motivation, and one is called positive motivation.
Mhm.
So, you, like me, when our mothers said, oh, look at her, she's smarter, she's prettier, she's whatever it is, or someone would say to me, oh, there's no way you can finish your dissertation in less than a year. There's no way you can be, whatever it is. There's no way you're going to be able to get a PhD. Da 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 da. I'm sure, right?
Mhm.
And so negative motivation says, fork you, let me show you. That's negative,
Yeah.
angry,
Mhm.
angry motivation. Okay, and it works. It
Mhm.
works. It will give you that outcome that you want, but it's exhausting, like you
It is.
just said.
Yes.
It's exhausting.
It's
So,
exhausting, but we are grateful to that bad motivation. Okay, I don't want to say we. Maybe you are not
no, no,
because
no, no,
I
no.
am.
We have a P. I didn't know you had a PhD.
I have bachelor's, master's degree, then postgraduate and PhD. But then I realized why I did it. Because I wanted to be like the best possible version, but not for myself, but for my
Yes.
mom.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
a negative motivation.
Yeah.
And now looking back, I am extremely grateful to that bad motivation because this bad motivation made me who I am today. But now, whatever I do, I swear to God, to myself, I do it for my own well-being and happiness. I love what I do, like genuinely. I'm not doing it for my mom to see that. I'm doing it for myself and for the world.
And I think that's a really great, important distinction. If you're wondering what's going on in studio today, you are tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News Radio, KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. I knew we would miss that first break. We're going to take a quick break for news, weather, and traffic. Station ID, don't go away. I have Tuesday talent, Eugeniia Gul, here in studio live today. If you have any questions, please do not do this while you're driving. If you're listening on the AM 1050, FM 106.5 side, wait till you land somewhere, then take your smartphone or your tablet, whatever you've got, and feel free to ask questions of Eugeniia. Today, we're talking about a lot of different things. So don't go away. We'll be back in 2 and 2. You know the drill. It's not 2 minutes necessarily, but a piece in and a piece out. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Well, she has been dubbed the Asian Oprah, and she just wants all of us to be happy.
Dr. Marissa, aka the Asian Oprah, says the most important thing you can choose is choosing to be happy.
You are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa.
That's the idea for Dr. Marissa Pay's new book called 8 Ways to Be Happy.
Many of us say, I am my own worst critic. Nobody's harder on me than I am. And my response to that is, stop it! Why are you doing that to yourself? You have to be your biggest fan, because if you can't at the end of the day say, I did a good job, who is? We don't have to constantly be angry at the things that are wrong. Why don't we choose to be happy about things that are right? We have the choice. That's our muscle. And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. In its 13th year, 681 consecutive weeks, over 333,000 views now on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Number 1 in the IE. Thank you so much on KCAA, NBC News Radio, home to the Asian Oprah, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, and of course my YouTube TV channel, where you free subscribe. Give me the finger. This one, you will get a live show every weekday morning at 9, and it is Tuesday, which means it's Tuesday Talent. And I have media personality Eugeniia Gul here. She's a Ukrainian-American journalist, model, and presenter based in LA. 26 plus years in modeling and more. She interviewed me last week, so I thought I would return the favor and welcome her back into the studio. Eugeniia Gul. So nice to have you.
It's so good to be back.
Yes, we are preaching to the choir. She is a sister from a different mister in a different country who is also very cognizant about the importance of self-love, of using things that are painful in life to chisel us instead of take us down. And she shared a little the messages she got from her from her mother, the father abandoning, which is, you know, not uncommon. And I think this is one of the things that I want to make sure that by the end of my life, people are remembering that, you know, whatever happens in our life is for our divine and best good, to chisel us into beautiful sculptures. And she's certainly a great example of that. I wanted to spend a little time about something we talked about earlier, which is, why is it that women do seem to have a difficult time supporting other women? And, you know, that whole catty thing, and people, you know, a woman scorned. There's an American expression, you know, just do not have an encounter with a woman scorned, because you're going to get scorched for it. So why do you think that is?
Because we were not taught that way, and maybe we didn't see that example as kids, that our moms are super supportive of other women. What I saw at my home, that gossiping about other women, and I found it extremely ugly. I didn't like that. And again, my life choice. I grew up with the belief that another woman is my competitor, but then I realized that another woman is my soul sister. She's just another woman who has her own path, and we don't have to compete. You know, there is enough for everybody, enough opportunities, enough money, enough men.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
yeah.
Plus, Dr. Marissa, I feel like it's also a very cultural thing, so it depends. I cannot say that I see it a lot in the United States, and this is one of the reasons why I'm extremely grateful to myself that I live here and I chose to live here. Yes, I wasn't born here. My soul made a decision to be born in the Eastern Europe, maybe for this turbulent journey, so I could be strong enough to live in this powerful country. That's my belief. So yes, in my culture, women are extremely competitive. Trust me, they are so competitive that it's crazy. But why are they competitive? Because of the men. Only because of that. Because they want to, yes, just most women. I'm not saying about all of them, to get married, and they see you as a competitor. So
Are there more women than men in the Ukraine?
I feel like it. Yes.
Really?
Uh-huh.
We're gonna
Yeah.
look that up. But when did you come over?
When did I come to the US?
That was applause for you to come over.
Yes, exactly. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. When did you come to the States from the Ukraine?
2018.
When you were 18.
No,
Okay.
2018.
Oh, I'm
7
sorry.
years ago. Yes, it's okay.
2018.
But the United States is my second immigration. The first time I immigrated was when I was 20 years old. I immigrated from Ukraine to Poland to obtain my master's in politics, because I believe that the only way for you to change this beautiful world, only if you're a politician. But then when I started therapy and working on myself and the whole journey of self-development, I realized that that's the key to a better world. If I will be a better human being, and it's like it spreads, you know, it's like toxic spreads, positivity spreads. Now I smile, you see, you smile. It's because it's how you infectious. Ah, I love that word.
Yes, that's a good word. That's a good word. It is interesting. There are more.
Yes. Oh, you're the best. You did the research. Yes, it is.
18.14 to 20. So yeah. Although I would have to say, Eugenia, I think that what you're noticing is not limited to Ukraine. I think American women are particularly, they can be very vicious and catty and non-supportive. And as a business psychologist, one of the things that I coach women at work is to, you know, to support publicly. Like if a guy in a business sees their colleague do something great in a meeting, they'll say, hey, let's give some kudos to so-and-so for whatever. They're easy about that. When they fight in a meeting, They'll fight in a meeting, and then after the meeting, let's go to lunch. They don't hold any, of that stuff. Women, on the other hand, not all, but many women, if they have that kind of fight in a meeting, they won't talk to each other for the rest of their careers. So it's something that we really do need to learn from the men.
Yes, I agree with you. Yes. But I will be honest with you, during our break, I've been thinking about something. I feel like, if you will allow me to share.
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
So I feel like when a woman is happy with herself, she doesn't want to offend another woman. For example, my mom. How come can you call your 10-year-old daughter miserable or not talented? How? Because it's what you think of yourself, and you're projecting it on other people. And in our case scenario, it was me, her daughter. But look, when I see my friends who are rock stars, they are killing it. I am happy, genuinely. I'm like, oh my God, where's my champagne? I want to celebrate. Recently, a friend of mine, she's a professional dancer who is an immigrant like me. She came from Ukraine and she was performing with Will Smith. I cried, Dr. Marissa. I cried. I had the goosebumps. I was so proud. Oh my God, I have the goosebumps. I was so proud because it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Isn't it an inspiration? So inspiring.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and I'm gonna push you a little on this frame. We started this when you interviewed me. It's true. It would have been great if your mom didn't do what she did. It would have been great if my mom didn't call me fat, ugly, and clumsy. And I'll never fully understand why she did. I do know that she had also not a great relationship with her mom. Her mom had her when she was 46. And I'm sure there's some things that your mom went through. Maybe she shared with you or not, right? She was, you're right, not happy with herself. But the freedom of saying, I am so glad that I am doing better than my mom did, because that's our only job. Our only job is to do a little better than the generation before us and to cut them some slack. Because if I can cut my mom some slack, then I'm not holding any of that negative energy to pass on to my kids or even to affect my life. If I can say that everybody does the best that they can possibly do with the resources they have, the time they have, and the experiences, then I can stop saying, I don't understand why she would do that. And how could she do that? And what she did was not okay. And that hurt me. And I know that you have done the work so that you're saying, everything that she said doesn't bother me anymore because I grew from that. I am the person I am today. But I still hear a little bit of a little not happy with her. And so this is something that is graduate work, right? It's one thing to know that I am who I am from the experiences. It's another thing to really be at peace with the knowing that it's like her ugliness, like my mother's ugliness, was truly the best that she could do. And if I can come to peace with that, then my relationship with her and anyone who is mean or well-meaning, more mean than well, or ugly, becomes a point of peace, not turmoil. This is grad school, right?
yes.
This is my newest part of talking about inner peace. Your relationship with your mother. I encounter 90% of the women that I am are incredibly powerful, beautiful women, and they do not have a good relationship with their moms. And it's a really interesting thing. So I thought, why not tackle the hardest thing? So you're one of my first guinea pigs. Yeah, in that sense. And I don't want you to feel uncomfortable with this. I feel like you were put in my path right on time for this particular point of peace.
Mm-hmm. I have my point of view on that. If you'll allow me to, I'll
Yes,
share it. So it's
absolutely.
the reason why I am kind of still angry is because I don't like when women don't see themselves fully. My mom is super talented, beautiful, really inside and out, but she didn't see herself fully. So that is why I'm angry. The same about like so many women, they're so wonderful and wow, but they don't see their own wow. And
Yeah.
that's the problem. And only then they start to compete with other women, etc., doing ugly things or gossip, etc. Anyways, last but not least, that I wanted to share, when you change your mentality and way of thinking, your vibrations change and you attract better, like great people into your life. I don't know what is it to sit with somebody and gossip about other people. I don't have such people in my life. Did I have such people in my life before 12, 15 years ago? Yes. Now it's different because I am different and I attract those kind of people into my life with whom I can grow and we elevate each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I get that. I get that you
Mhm.
want the best for everyone, right? That's a good thing, right? That is a noble it's coming from a good place, right? It's not coming from a manipulative place or anything like that. You really want women in particular to see who they really are and be the best that they can be and
Yes.
acknowledge the beauty that they are.
Yes. Exactly.
And we can only do that for what we can control. And the only thing we can control. And so by saying that and by meaning that is still not is still criticizing them for not being who they could be. Do you see? It's still that same
Mm-hmm.
approach. You're not good enough, right? You
Mm-hmm.
should be this, you should be that. Even if it's a positive thing, you're still seeing people as not enough. So that's the whole that theme of not being good enough, no matter what that is, right? If it's a
Mm-hmm.
positive or a negative. So when I can love and accept and see and hold for someone and say, I'll tell you, when I was able to kiss my mother on the forehead before I left and say multiple times, Mom, I love you and I forgive you and I know that you did the very best that you could and I'm grateful for everything. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say the bad or whatever, but I mean everything. That I'm getting chills now. That peace that passeth all understanding was the first time I felt that because at the core of who I am, I was still angry. And that anger, I'm saying you're attracting, you understand vibration, you understand law of attraction, you understand that what you put out is what you're attracting in. I'm just saying, as great things that are happening for you right now, I want you just to try it for 30 days and then tell me if it made a difference. So to really take the glasses off and put a new set of glasses on that is so compassionate and caring and not one iota of anger. If it's possible just to try that to see if it makes a difference, because for me, I I used to hate going to see her. I used to hate having to spend time with her. I used to hate having to call her. I did it out of guilt and out of duty and out of whatever. I look forward to talking to her every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's in a million years, I didn't ever think I could do that. So,
Yes, I hear you. So, what I was trying to say that people are not like they're not enough for me, or maybe I don't. verbalize what I think like fully so you understand what I mean. What I mean is it would be so much better if we just embrace who we are. That's it. I'm talented, wonderful, and I want to use my talents because that is why I'm on this planet Earth, because I have a big mission. For example, I'm a talented musician, but I'm not using this talent. Why? Because somebody told me that I am miserable or something. What does it mean that you are not contributing? You were like created to be a great musician, but your false beliefs are on the way for you to be a great musician and to give us this gift. We want to listen to your beautiful music or like whatever it is. This is the example. So yeah, it was my point, more like we have to embrace it, embrace who we are. And when people don't do that, it bothers me because yes, it's kind of selfish because I want to live in a world where people are happy with themselves. And I do believe that people are unhappy when they're not using their talents and they are not fulfilling their mission. And then they start this negative la la la. I don't want to even go. I don't even want to go there. Yes. So
Yeah.
it was my point. Yes.
Yeah. And I get that. And I think that for you, that is definitely your, your gift, right? Is to inspire people to love themselves and to embrace all of the things that they have. I'm not arguing with that at all.
Yes.
My only point of grad school for you, because I think you're ready for it, is, and it's a similar point when you interviewed me. The source of the criticism is not that person. The source of the criticism, because if you say the source of the criticism is that person, then you still are blaming that person. If you understand that the source of the criticism is a habit and a belief that you are now leading with, has nothing to do with that person, then you can change it. But if you continue to attribute that negative message as coming from that person, then you're going to always want to change that person. But if I can allow that person that and say, wasn't nice, don't understand it, but they really did the best that they could. So I'm not going to be angry with you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be angry with me, but I'm going to know that I'm the boss of me. That's personal mastery.
Exactly.
And shift that and choose to embrace and even think one day. I remember my big brother, Michael Bernard Beckwith, said to me, can you thank the person who was so mean to you? Right? Can you thank them for being the irritating grain of sand in your oyster shell that you ended up lubricating enough to make a pearl? Can you thank them for putting that? And I'm like, heck no. She's not supposed to do that. She's my mother. She's supposed to be my biggest, advocate. She's supposed to be my best friend. She's supposed to think I'm beautiful. How could she say and do all the things? And I would list all the things and da, 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 da. And he would say, okay, just, you don't have to thank her now, but that's graduate school. And I get it now. It is graduate school, because if I really believe that pain in life is mandatory and suffering is optional, then the next step is to say, then the pain had a purpose. And through the pain is power. And it has nothing to do with them. That was their role to put that grain of sand in.
Yes. And to me, Dr. Marissa, graduate school is when you take 100% full responsibility for your life and your life choices, as I mentioned 100 times today, because I'm an advocate for the life choices, because your life is the result of the choices you make.
Yes.
So, yes, that's the graduate school for me.
Yes.
Responsibility, because when you are blaming somebody else, you're actually saying that they shaped your reality and it's a lack of responsibility, and it's a victim mentality. But when you take 100% responsibility, yes, it happened to me. As I've quoted before, I'm not what happened to me, I'm who I choose to become. And maybe subconsciously, I chose that life to become a woman I am today. The same about you or other people. But it's a different topic about reincarnation, soul. I can talk about it forever. Anyways, yes, I love.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go to something lighter now. Thank you for the
Okay.
hearts and the fingers. You're married. You said
I
good
am
wife.
married. Yes.
Yes. And how did you
You,
meet? I love love stories. How did you
you
meet?
love love? I love love too.
How did you meet?
We met in Poland 10 years ago. I'm married for 9 years, but we are 10 years together. And again, coming back for 1 second to my story. So when I was living in my country in Ukraine, yes, and when I was growing up with the belief of being unlovable, unwanted, and blah. So who I attracted into my life, Dr. Marissa? Men who were alcohol addicts or physically abusive assholes. Oh my God, did I say assholes? I'm sorry.
Oh no. That's a $20,000 FCC violation. So hopefully that got dumped. I think
I'm sorry.
That's
Okay.
okay. That's okay. We'll
Low vibration, low
hopefully,
vibration.
yes.
I'm sorry.
She said ash hole. And
Mhm.
yes, I say my husband, formerly known as Dick Wad. So, but
So yeah, so
yes,
you
we'll
attract who you think you deserve. So that's
yes.
the vibrations I had at the moment, and that's what I deserved. I felt like I deserved, and then I met an amazing man who showed me what unconditional love is. Because growing up with a woman who loves you conditionally because you are, I don't know, good in something. And she loves you for that, not because you're just alive. And this man, my husband, showed me that love can be unconditional. And I love love. I love being loved, and I love to love. But I will be
Beautiful.
honest with you again, it's a hard work because the first 3 or 5 years I had the fear of intimacy, of course, duh. Because I grew up with a woman who I couldn't trust. And then the most intimate, like the closest person to you was the one who was offending you emotionally, physically, etc. So that's what you expect from another human when you are in an intimate relationship. And then I was like, wow, this man is cool, reliable, honest, and he just loves me for me with all of my insecurities back in the moment. And yes, so we are married for 9 years now. Thank you for
Beautiful.
that.
And is he Polish
He is
or
Polish,
oh
yes.
okay. And
Mhm.
kids? You're gonna have
No,
no
no
kids?
kids, no kids.
Okay. Maybe kids?
God is not kind from that.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, there's other ways.
He gives
So
and
I
takes, but maybe one day.
yeah. Yeah, because I think you would be a beautiful mom. And it
Oh,
doesn't have to be by that way too. There's
yes.
I'm sure there's
But I have lots of kids. You mentioned the Mondays at the Mission. I'm supporting
yes,
an
I wanted to
amazing
ask you about that.
organization here in downtown of LA. It's oh, and I see the advertisement on the bus right now.
That's the way it works. Can you
Yes,
tell me their website so I can pull it up?
yes, yes. 1 second. On Instagram, it's Mondays at the Mission. And let me.
Monday. Okay. Monday Mission for
You,
Kids?
yes, yes, yes. You can see it on my Instagram. I have it on my Instagram.
Missionary Mondays? No, it's not that.
Good.
I can't
Monday,
pull that up right now, but it's called Monday.
it's on my Instagram in my bio. So yeah, for the last 4 years, I've been working with this organization. What I do is I teach kids. I do different kind of workshops for them. We did the vision board session, gratitude tree on Thanksgiving. I always collect the gifts for them on Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I highly encourage other people to support me on this beautiful mission because to you it costs only $10, $20. But for those kids, it's like, ah, You cannot even imagine what they feel when I come to them with all of the gifts that we collect for kids all together. So yeah, I'll be incredibly happy if you support me in that mission. Also, if you can do your workshop there, I will be more than happy to welcome you into that organization that is here in downtown of LA. Maybe you, Dr. Marissa, want to go with me to
Yeah,
see this? Yes, yes,
absolutely.
it's
Absolutely. I would
it's
love to do
beautiful.
that.
It's beautiful. So yes, asking me, do I have kids? I do have kids. Okay, so it's
Yes.
urm.org. urm.org.
URM dot org.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Union Rescue Mission?
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad I asked. Let me pull this up really quickly. It's wonderful that you are doing this. And for that, I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award. Not something I give to everybody. Those are my favorite kind of guests, those who are taking their limelight and shining it on areas of temporary darkness so that things can be helped. So that's something that you can do. I am so delighted that I got to have some time with you and get to know you and have some very deep and meaningful conversations with you, Eugeniia. Thanks
Dr.
for coming
Marissa, I
on.
hope that we inspired at least one person because
Oh,
one person is enough.
absolutely. If you would do this with me, this is how I close every show. It's all about balance, peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace.
Oh, love that.
I knew you
Dr.
would.
Marissa.
Go and
You are
have the
incredible.
best day ever. I'll see you tomorrow. It's Doctors in the House.